Okay, it's recording, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, so the quicker we finish, the quicker we get back on the water, huh? Okay.
Give an agenda.
Oh, yep. Agenda and our action item list, and then something we can pass around. Okay, so the agenda look good to folks? Anything to add, detract?
Yeah.
So we'll go through the last meeting minutes. Dawn noted I had Jeannie down twice, double star, but anything else?
Nope.
So all in favor of the minutes, aye?
Aye.
Any opposed? No public. So our action item list, I haven't hardly looked at stuff myself, so.
There's updates, a few updates need to be done on it.
Yeah. So the Phragmites, I haven't kept up with. This summer's been a little off, and I noted the group I'd been working with got somebody brand new just started. It was a former student of our department, so they're still getting their feet under them. So I think that isn't an urgent problem. The coliform. Did I send you all stuff on coliform?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, so,
What's this one?
yeah.
yeah, oh, you got a color printer, I just have, but I can pass this around, let me, so this was 2021.
It was weird to me that there were 2 high days that were, and there was nothing that would have accounted for it.
Yeah,
In lead up. I mean, the first one was a little higher and then a high day and then went right back down, but are these days or these are periods? I mean, that's a particular day, right?
well, there's days and then there's parts of the beach. So if you wanna look at this, what I did, I graphed out our 2021, 2022, and 2023 all for context.
Right,
Actual measurement. And
right.
So-
So that was the high and.
2021 was notably higher, except
Those
we had a
two
few low days, but we had a couple high points this year, but it's
Yeah,
not up to
So-
the action limit.
And no consistency for July 4th?
No, it doesn't seem to, again, indicating it's probably goose, because goose don't care about that holiday. So Don,
Don?
if you wanna, so there's a graph that, if you and Leon wanna take a peek, and I'll show it to Gene in a sec here. But there's, like I said, there's points that are higher relative to what we see this year, but compared to 2021, we're in good shape.
That's weird that it's so high and then it drops off so low.
And I don't know what, I don't know why it can be that variable,
The only reason I can think of is a bad test, but.
Yeah, but, I mean, bacteria, here, if I can have the graph.
Oh, yeah.
Bacteria, they multiply quick and they die quick,
Yeah,
so.
okay, that would explain
So
that.
I'll just point out, so like, this one's 2021, we were way up.
Oh, okay. Oh my gosh, yeah.
Dropped, came up again.
Nice.
Okay.
Completely out of,
2022
Out of whack right there.
consistently low, except we had one little spike.
Okay.
2023,
it's almost like somebody did something.
bounced. But
Okay.
like I
Somebody
said, for
did something
context,
that day.
this looks high compared to these.
Yeah.
Not compared to.
What's the
They had
threshold, like
kids
what's
come
the
It
danger?
was, I think it was in the 250
What?
range.
Okay.
And
Oh,
that's
so
like
we're
the
well under.
long-term average.
Okay. Okay. Good.
So,
Well, it sounds like it's under control. That's good.
yeah, I think we're in good shape. We haven't had a closure, so.
Yeah, good.
So, yeah, and I mean, if you wanna retrieve anything yourself, it's the Beach Guard system they have. And if you go swimming somewhere else that they have samples, it's all up on there.
This is left, center, and right of the beach.
On the beach, so the center of the beach and the two
And the
sides.
2 high ones weren't in the same spot each time either.
No, like I said,
Whatever.
it just probably depends where the goose is pooped, or, again, it multiplies by itself too.
Okey-doke.
Yeah, the graph kinda, you know, it's hard to read the graph that they provide, so. So anyways, the coliform's under control, I think the geese we were talking about look like they're pretty well under control, you know, the ones that we've seen recently aren't, they're leaving their mark on the beach, but not consistently.
Yeah, not often at all.
Yeah.
Good.
Lake monitoring, probably the update there is Dawn has been doing
Yeah,
stuff.
we're doing all right. We had a little bit of boat motor trouble the last time out, but we got that straightened out.
Yeah.
I just got the kit for the latest test. We took a test, we took the chlorophyll test Tuesday, I think.
Oh, okay.
So we got the summer phosphorus test just came through. That's not for quite a while yet.
Right.
The only thing that of note was the water clarity dropped off severely
Yeah,
with the rain.
right, yeah, you do.
So, we only got, 7-foot reading
Okay.
on this last test.
When was that? When was that? When was the last test?
Tuesday,
Oh, so just recently, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, the lake does seem a little cloudier
shortly after the
than
rain, yeah.
most years, yeah, but like today it looked pretty good at the beach. It seemed like it was clearing up finally.
Yeah, it does that. Like, you know, early in the spring, that rain, with that big rain, and it was murky for a while.
Yeah, we got some 10+ readings so far this year, but,
Oh, yeah,
yeah, 7 foot is
it's lower than our
typically what
norm.
we'd see first thing in the year, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
I guess this isn't lake monitoring, but now when I look out at the lake, there's nothing for them to clear a path to at my end of the lake. I mean, the
Yeah,
whole
it's-
thing.
It's getting pretty
dense.
tough through there, yeah.
And earlier in the spring, it was cloudy, like you were saying, that there was a lot of this foamy, I guess, algae, I don't know, just
Yeah.
covering the surface.
Yeah, we had a lot of algae early this year, like the whole lake, it was all over, it was just, I
Yeah,
think that,
it was pretty,
I think
pretty dense.
the rain must have washed in a bunch of nutrients, and, you know, we don't normally get, so,
One of the weed treatments came right after that event, so
yeah,
I took care of some of it.
yeah.
Then it started coming back, and I understand, I was up north, but did they do a weed treatment Monday morning?
I don't know if it was Monday. They did one recently, but then it rained really hard and it blew really hard because the little paper they put up,
Yeah, I found pieces of
basically,
paper in my yard.
yeah, it basically melted in our
Yeah.
yard.
Oh, no.
It was,
I'm out there picking up pieces of paper, trying to figure out when.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
no,
there wasn't anything there.
there wasn't enough evidence
Yeah.
for me to piece it. I was away too.
Yeah, I think
But
it,
JB and Grace
It
went
was
out, I was up north, and JB and Grace did last week's safety disc, and they said it was that day.
Yeah,
Said they were testing when they came back, and
Yeah.
we've been testing on Monday, so.
yeah.
I think it blew hard enough to make a mist onto my persimmon trees, because the
Oh.
leaves on the lakeside are curling.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, if they were spraying, it might have had some effect, so. So the lake monitoring's going good. The purple loosestrife, I haven't really had a thing to note. I mean, it's often more prevalent down your end, and that's where we had the beetle release a couple years ago.
Yeah, just around the lake, it looks much worse to me this year.
Okay.
So a lot
So,
of purple loosestrife at the beach.
yeah,
Or not the beach,
the boat launch,
the
yeah.
boat launch.
So,
I don't think we had any effect.
The spot that I was using for my test was mowed down just a
Oh.
couple of weeks ago, so.
you can't really evaluate, but the plants were coming, I mean,
Yeah,
it's
there
not like,
was a number of plants coming up, and
yeah, so the beetles didn't preempt it is what,
All right.
I saw, I could see on some of the plants before they mowed where there was, something was chewing on them, but
yeah,
I never saw a beetle or anything.
okay. So I guess it would seem that the the effects of that were minimal to questionable, would that be a? Yeah.
So far.
Okay. I haven't heard any news on the nature trail at all, so.
Somebody out there was going on with that, and I don't even know where it is anymore. Where is it right now?
Don't know.
We don't
I
know.
haven't-
That's right, you sent that
And I
letter.
sent a letter saying we'd like to be in the loop. and
Yeah.
That has
Nothing.
not happened, so.
Nothing.
I'll make a note to try to get an update.
So last I heard, they were supposed to do that survey and everyone was going
Yeah,
to
they-
abide by it. Did that
They did,
happen, or?
they did the survey, and then they had some meetings, and then the county drain commissioner offered up the land to the township, and I haven't heard anything
Really?
since, yeah. Yep, that was, that was in the previous meeting we had, we got that update, so. So, yeah, no, I'll make a note, try to get an update. Okay, so Judy's not here. And Joe's not here. So John, you're up next with our water level report. It sounds like, the news, yeah. What's the water level today, John?
Could have saved paper today.
Paper clip for that.
Oh,
Measurements are a bit sparse.
yeah, it still gives you the trend. It's funny, we're right about average, but it seems almost bimodal. It's almost like they're down or up.
Yeah, those recent heavy rainfalls to help bring it up.
Yeah.
And then I plotted I grabbed the
Yeah.
climate report
Mm-hmm.
from weather.gov, and we had that weird weather in
Oh, yeah.
April. It got really warm.
Yep.
I think that's what killed my cat, actually, because I started shedding like mad.
Oh,
Then in May, after the initial heavy rains,
Mhm.
it didn't rain for an entire month.
right.
And it actually did close to the same thing back in 2016, but it was just slightly later.
Yeah. And then we just popped up again recently.
But
Yeah, the temperatures, like you said, I measured water temperature, and that spike in April, the water temperature was like 84 degrees.
In April?
wow.
And,
This
yeah,
year?
yeah.
My God.
It was right at the surface, and we had a lot of sun, but like, it was as warm as it's been all year, that particular day that I went out, it was kinda crazy, so good, but, yeah, the lake levels, it's down a bit, but it's not way out of the ordinary. Okay, good, thank you, John. So, yeah, like I said, July, we often don't have an awful lot, just time to catch up. I do know as Don mentioned, we've had lake treatments, and I've been out and about, and I've noticed less milfoil lately. But still some around, but that's always the way it is.
We got to see the bidder.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah.
I mean, we
Well,
or
I
you
talked
saw
to
it
you.
recently?
I talked to
Oh,
you, yeah. You know what, right after that, it showed up at JB's house. That little spot right beside me that's really
Yeah,
filled in it. It was in there and it was doing this little cuckoo thing,
yeah.
but it was really, really quiet. And I'm thinking we were probably within 20 feet of it, and you could just barely hear it.
What
It
is
was-
that?
So the least bittern is a bird that's on the state listed of, I think, either concern or threatened.
Oh, really?
And in the past, I've seen them with babies, so they're nesting on the lake.
Oh,
And
that's good.
Don saw this one right near his house.
I got to see it fly by. I was standing on
Yeah.
the dock and it flew by.
Yeah, yeah.
Then I heard it call a number of times.
What's it called again?
A least bittern, Bittern.
Okay.
Yeah.
Never heard of it. Okay.
And their call, I've seen, yeah, sometimes I've heard of
They
it.
have quite a number of calls.
They have a lot of calls, but it almost sounds like a cuckoo, but
Oh, really?
it can be really soft.
Oh.
If you hear it, you're really close.
Oh,
I've got a good photo I got one year when I was out kayaking. But yeah, that's kind of one of our noteworthy birds on the lake. I've noticed a bunch of mallards, so they seem to be
Yeah,
raising
there was
young.
when we came back from doing the test Tuesday, there was an osprey in front of the house.
I saw one, I was out, had a nephew out fishing, yeah, and we saw one, we were near your house, so. Yeah, so we're seeing good wildlife use of the lake, which is,
Oh, that's cool.
yeah. So other than that, I don't know,
Oh, I got one other one for you. I did hear a bullfrog,
oh,
just a couple of nights.
huh,
And it seemed to be doing what it does. It's heading by my house, heading towards your house.
yeah,
And it was, going quite fast, so.
yeah, so one thing that I think I had a note from last time, Mary's gonna be stepping down off the board, she's got some other stuff going on, so,
Oh, okay.
I don't know if she was gonna talk to, we'd said Race, I don't know.
Oh,
his
yeah,
last-
Ray McGill, yeah.
Whether he'd
Yeah.
be interested in serving, so.
I know him, I can
It
talk to him.
can you chat with
Yeah.
him just to see if
Yeah,
he'd be
yeah.
interested?
I think
Otherwise-
he probably would, he comes sometimes.
He does occasionally
So,
come,
yeah.
and I think, you
I
know,
know he is on, I think he has a board position on Friends of Parkley.
yeah,
Not sure if
I
he's
think
on
he
the board or
does
not,
too.
but I know he goes to the meetings.
Right, so,
But I think he might be interested. I'll
Yeah.
ask him. Yeah.
yeah,
I will.
You would just need to fill out the form online if he is.
yeah,
But, okay,
yeah, there's,
will he be able to find it? He just goes to Bath Township.
yeah, and Mary hasn't stepped down, so we'd wanna coordinate that.
Okay. Do you know when she plans to?
I think, you know, kind of, whenever,
So, okay.
yeah.
But we can't do the replacing, the board
The
of trustees.
Board
has
of
to do- so
Trustees
it's
does
not-
the actual approval,
Oh, okay.
so, but if he
So-
applies without a vacancy, we, you know, need to have a vacancy before
Okay,
it'll come
yeah.
up for
Okay.
approval, yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'll ask him.
Hey, John, did, Joe say that Mary would be on the board until she was replaced?
Kind
Whether she wanted it or
of,
not.
well, yeah, you can be on the board and not show up, that,
Oh, yeah, there's that, I mean,
yeah. Okay. Okay, well, like I said, I didn't really have a ton, but I think, you know,
It's a good catch-up.
some good news, I mean, the E. coli is like the good news, and
Yeah.
the monitoring that's ongoing is good news. Weed treatments are good news, lack of geese or minimal geese is good news, so.
The beach looks good.
Beach is good and
Taking good care of it.
pleasant, the fishing's been great, not that
a lot of
that's
people
something
catching
you'll
fish.
do, it's been amazing,
Oh, really? Okay.
yeah.
But why is it better some years or some times than others?
So that's where, so it's better for me, so I don't care about it, no, I'm kidding, I don't care about it. No, but for me, I think part of it, I'm learning some tricks, and the other, my
Oh,
boat,
okay.
I put the trolling motor on the front of my John boat, which required me to build a special bracket. But that lets you get in quietly, cause otherwise I'd be oaring and that's
Oh.
noisy, so I think some of it's just,
Oh, okay.
one change really made a difference,
Really?
but I think the fish seem like they're bigger than they
Oh,
have been averaging. I
okay.
Showed, so what's your weight estimate of that fish? I showed you 4.5 pounds,
right in that range, yeah.
putting
Wow.
4 to 5 pound
Do you
bass.
keep them or you throw them?
I usually throw them back.
Oh, okay.
My nephew, when he was visiting, he's 14, and he got about a 16-inch fish, and he was very excited, so
Yeah.
he wanted to show it, and he wanted to learn how to fillet, and that's.
Oh, really? And did you eat it?
Oh, yeah.
Was it
Oh, they're
good?
delicious.
It is good?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, they're,
Oh.
out of our lake where it's clean water,
Yeah.
they're
I've
just,
seen a number
Oh,
of
really?
people fishing
Wonderful.
bass, come by the dock and, there's one bass that lives right near me there, they catch him. And 9 times out of 10, they just take a picture and let it go.
yeah,
Really?
most people bass, the tradition you know, maybe 30 years ago, people kept them to eat a lot, and now it's kind of evolved to more
Oh, okay,
catch and release, but.
just for fun kind of thing. Okay.
But they taste delicious, they're good, and when they're that big, there's more meat on them
Yeah.
than a tiny little bluegill.
Right, yeah, exactly. Oh,
So,
yeah.
so, no, but it was exciting for him, he was pretty thrilled to
Yeah,
get a fish that size.
Yeah, that's exciting. Oh,
All right, well, we can adjourn early, so, like I said, able to get out and fish.
You're still feeding the fish?
We've been feeding the bluegill mostly at our house, yeah, and they,
I've had, I think it's kinda crazy, I walk out on the dock about this time of night or later, and I look around for a minute, and pretty soon I see the little heads poke up, and as soon as they see me standing on the dock, they start swimming
Oh,
towards
yeah.
the dock.
Really?
Turtles,
yeah,
Oh, turtle?
yeah, they come
Do
to
you
the
feed the
feed, sorry,
turtles?
like four,
yeah,
Really?
oh,
three
yeah.
or four painted turtles and one, I had one, snapper,
Oh, geez.
about a, 8 or 9 pounder, I'd
Oh.
say, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my
And
God.
he comes right into the end of the dock,
Oh, yeah, they'll,
yeah.
well, we feed the bluegills, and like, when I walk on the dock, they feel my footsteps, and you see their wings coming in.
Really?
I mean, it tells you they can detect
Oh, yeah.
that
they
light
do,
of a
yeah.
footstep.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh my God.
and we've had the turtles, and, you know, they'll come in and they'll look you in the eye, come on. I mean, they're hilarious to watch, they
That's
really
It's
are.
kinda weird, you know, cause bluegill has, if you dissect a bluegill, their brain is just like a white spot in a vein, you know?
Yeah,
And somehow they know.
oh, they know I'm
Really?
not a threat to them,
Yeah.
and food, yeah, but we feed them dry cat food,
Oh, really? They like?
oh, yeah, they'll,
Oh.
it's full of protein and.
Kid and caboodle.
I'll have to bring.
Yeah,
some-
yeah, I use kitten
Tucker
food
likes
cause
to
it's
fish. I'll have
smaller.
to bring some.
Kid and caboodle's getting hard to find.
Oh
Oh,
no,
pet food's getting hard to find.
gonna have to go to a
Yeah,
different
especially
brand. The fish are gonna say, oh, no.
Yeah, they're gonna be like,
They're
no.
picky.
You know what that, yeah.
I had a snapping turtle in my front yard, I don't know what it was doing there.
Oh, it
no.
was probably looking to lay eggs.
Yeah, if a snapper comes up in your yard, it's all about laying eggs.
Yep, there was, oh,
I had 2 or 3 painted turtles laying eggs in my yard, and that night, I had skunks come along and feast out.
Oh, really? They eat all eggs?
oh,
my
yes,
God.
skunks and raccoons will dig them up like that.
Oh,
Well,
It's a magnet for them.
Yep, they know it too.
Next morning, there's pieces of eggs all over the place.
Yeah, well, the snapper Sue was coming home one night, and she called me, and there was a snapping turtle right at the bend there, and there was like 5 cars and 10 minutes, and they didn't know what to do, so she
Well, you're gonna
calls me.
touch it, snip
Oh, no,
it. Yeah.
I have no problem, I picked it up, you know, she called me, come
Really?
get it out of the road, oh, yeah, no.
I guess if you, it doesn't have a long neck, so I guess.
Oh, they have a very long
Oh,
neck.
they do?
Oh, yeah, you have to
So
get
how
them
do you pick it up?
from the back of the shell, or not the best, but sometimes by the tail if they're too heavy to pick up
Oh
by
my
the shell.
gosh,
But,
I would be afraid. When I was a
Oh,
little
yeah.
kid, a big, well, I was a little kid,
Yeah.
but seemed big at the time, came up from my parents had like a lake in the back of their property, and he came up and bit our dog on the nose
Mm-hmm. Oh.
and wouldn't let go. We had to call up the vet.
Oh,
And I'll never
jeez.
forget my dad, and they had these big pliers, and there's like a whole big
Oh,
thing.
yeah.
And
Once
they
they-
wouldn't let go for like an hour.
yeah,
I
once
mean,
they get a
yeah.
hold of
Do
something,
that.
Oh, yeah, it was like awful.
but like I said, I
Flat
clearly
water.
didn't put my fingers in the wrong place.
Yikes.
I was fishing the Flat River once, and a small one swam by me, and I grabbed it by the tail, and I picked it up to show everybody, and I'm like, you know, like this, and I felt the air of its jaws as it went by my hand. And
Yikes.
one guy
Oh
said,
my
"You better
God.
put that down." He said, "That was close."
Yeah,
Oh
yeah,
my
yeah.
gosh.
You pay attention to them.
They do have a long neck. I don't know if it's, I don't know if the younger ones have a longer neck, but that little guy almost got me, and I was holding onto his tail.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh.
yeah, and the soft shell turtles are even worse. in
Yeah.
terms of- They got,
Soft shelter.
there's
They
a,
all
there's
will
a
bite.
turtle called a soft shell turtle that has a softer shell, and they've got
Oh.
like a snake neck. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Ooh.
they're wicked, and they have a worse temper than snapper turtles.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I feel like snapper turtles have-
Oh, yeah, they got
Temper.
they got an attitude, for
Yeah.
sure.
Once in a while, I see one of them, okay.
Oh, yeah, they're in the lake, they usually.
All right, take care, everybody.
Thanks, you too, man.
You do. I would get hold of.
Oh, Dan?
Yeah.